yeah, this is my profile. If you log in, you should be able to get to it. Okay. So yeah, let's try having our GitHub open. If you're following with your laptop, please. So you can go ahead and type in the github.com and try logging in. So this is my own profile. Can we all go to GitHub? So how many of us are doing that? Let me know. Okay, Toby, just you. Please, who else is following? Okay. So yeah, while we wait for others to get in. So yeah. Okay, Emmanuel, I said we should go to GitHub. If we have one, we should log in to it. If you don't have one, then create an account. So if you have an account already, you can just log in. Then if you don't, then you can create one. Okay. Okay, let me log out. Okay. When you open the github.com, this is the URL. If you type it in Google also, you get to open this page for you. Please, somebody should mute the person who is talking should mute. CJ, you are raising your hand.
No, I think that's a mistake.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not.
I mean Kingsley, the Kingsley with the CJ. Okay, so this is the landing page or the home page for the GitHub. So yeah, you can sign up if you don't have one by clicking on this button. If you don't have an account with GitHub. Okay. So when you click on it, it brings you to this place. Okay, I think it's loading. Wow. So yeah, you enter your email address, your active email address that you can access now. Okay. So you enter your active email address. let's say, okay. So when you hit on continue, you create your password. Let's see. Okay, these the rules for creating a password. Needs a number and a lower case. Okay. Okay. To be at least 15 characters or at least 8 characters, including a number and a lowercase letter. Okay. So this is my email and password. Then you enter a username. Enter a username which you want. Okay, you have to choose the one that is available. Now this one is not available. Let me try. Okay, so this one is available. So I click on continue. So would you like to receive product updates and announcement via email? So yeah, it's your choice. Either you click the yes or no. Please, are we following those that
Yes,
that ask for it? Is that?
they are following.
Okay. So yeah, you've seen the steps I've taken already. So now this is all up to you, this particular section, okay? So it's up to you. So I will say, I will type Y for yes, click on continue. Then you're asked to verify your account. Okay, click on start puzzle to continue. If I click the spiral galaxy, which is yeah, this one, this one, and yeah, this is what they mean by the spiral galaxy. It has a spiral shape. So yeah, I'm done with the verification. Okay. So yeah, I'm done with the verification. So you can then click on create accounts. Create accounts. This is if you don't have accounts. Okay. So you can follow those steps, then you go through this stage. Okay. So if you have this code should be sent to the email you provided. So after that, it should take you to me. So let me check the code from our email. So the code should be in your email. If it is not in your inbox, also do it to check the spam folder. Okay. So I'm trying to get my code. So I don't know, have anybody created theirs?
I've finished typing in my code, but the screen, I don't know, is stuck also.
You didn't do any other thing?
Yeah, nothing.
Let me get my code. Okay, Emmanuel, okay, that's good. So I have my code, 7, 1. So if you type your code, it should automatically bring you here. Okay. Has your own gotten,
Okay.
did it move you to this page? Somebody said that he's stuck with his own. Okay, so this this applies to the reason for creating your GitHub account. Okay, you can create it for teams. If you have teams, maybe you have a company. Okay, you can create it for teams. So it's just me here, and
Yeah,
yeah.
we type, sorry, sir, I've retyped the code. Nothing is happening. Let me just resend the code.
Okay, try resending the code. So if you type it, you don't have to do anything. It will automatically bring you to this page once you get the code right. Okay. So once you type the code, you don't need to do anything. It should automatically load, then bring you to this page. Okay. So it's just me, then you can choose anyone here. Then I go to continue. Yeah. Then it's bringing up these ones, okay? You can also skip this. Yeah, if you can also skip this if you, maybe you can't set up these ones now. If you don't want to set it up now. So, but if you want to set it up right away, you can go ahead and check all that applies to you, okay? All that applies to you. So yeah, let me say continue and see what next it brings up. Okay, that should be the last. Right, okay. So yeah, of course it's free, okay? It's free, but you could see the free packages here, the packages here that are free, okay? Then if you have a team or you want to, yeah, like they said here, $4 per month, you can have this everything free here, then this added services, okay? These added services, yeah. So the premium plan or the paid subscription, we now have the same privileges, okay, with the one of the free one, okay. So yeah, for now we are going for the free one, yeah. So we have this. This should be your welcome page or your dashboard. So how many of us are at this stage? Let me know, those of us that created theirs now, let me know if we have this. So on your own, you can just read through what they wrote here. Okay. So they are showing you some of the this thing, how to start. And yes, you can use it in your Visual Studio Code. Okay. So yeah, this should bring you here. Should bring you here. So how many of us that created theirs at this point? Let me know, please. If you already have your own accounts, you should be able to log in and wait for us. So for those of us who are just creating their own now, you should be having this if you did everything right. So are we good to go? Can you all hear me?
Yes, you can, sir.
Yes, we can.
I hear you so much.
Okay, okay. So anybody who just created theirs now, let indicate, please, if you are at this point.
I'm here.
Okay, you are at this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are the one having issues with the code? With the code sent to your email?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've resolved it. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, in your own time, you can go ahead and personalize your profile, okay? When you go to your profile, you can add a picture of yours. Then your commits will be here, your contribution. Or let's say commits, yeah, will be shown here in green, okay? In green. So yeah, this is a contribution graph. So Yeah, and it does with the months. So it shows showing green here. You can see the first contribution, today's date. So that's how it counts. Okay. So your repositories will be here. Your repositories will be here. Okay. They will be here. Then yeah, here is where so you take your time and yeah, go through them and set up your profile. Okay. If you go to settings, you can get to set up other things here. So you can also have status, just like in your WhatsApp. When you set your status here. Okay, but now we are not going into that now. So yeah, GitHub deals with repositories, okay, or repos, or repo for short. So when somebody say repo, the person is talking about repositories, okay. So yeah, you can create a new one here. This the plus sign. You click on the drop down arrow. You can either import you create a new one. Okay, so today we are creating a new one. When you go to new, the owner, which is you, this is your username. So yeah, you have to give your repository a name. You have to give it a name. Okay. Maybe I can switch back to my own account. So we use that one. Right. Yeah, so we use that one. So let me log out from this one. Then I can sign in to my own accounts. Okay, so this is my own GitHub. So yeah, if I want to create a new repository, I'll go here. Okay, I'll go here. You can also do that here. When you click on new, it should take you to where you create your repository. If you come here and do the same thing, to still bring you to this page. Okay, so you create, you give every repository has a name. Okay, it has a name. You cannot create files without putting them in a folder, if they must be in folders. Okay, because you assess your projects by their repos. Okay, maybe you created your portfolio site, you create yeah, should be inside a repository, give it a name. If you create another project, let's say e-commerce site, you also create a repo for it. So you can see it's in a kind of food-like manner. Okay, but here we call them repositories, right? So you add your files in your repositories. So now you're just creating the folder or container for it. So yeah, it will also check if the name already exists, your repo name, so that it doesn't conflict with any other repo. Okay, so let me try test. You can see the pop-up is giving me here, test is available, and it's sticking it good. Okay, sticking it good. So if you type a name, it will check if it is available, just like it did in your username. So I'm making it public. Making it public now, yeah, anybody can access your code. Okay, for this repository now, anybody can access your code. Okay, then this private now, because it's private, nobody can see it, even if I search for it. Okay, unless I invite you to be a contributor. to this repository. That's only when you can see the code and commit to it. Okay. But if I make it private, I can search for it. Yeah, in GitHub, then I'll see this repository. I can copy the code. I can, yeah, also try modifying it, then send you a pull request. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, we are making it public. And we are putting a README. We are adding a README. Okay. Now this README, the README is basically used to kind of maybe if there is some things the person, for example, when you're creating an application and it runs only on Windows, okay, you can outline those things in the README file, right? It kind of explains the whole project, the README. Okay, it's kind of a documentation for your repository or for your projects. So you can see how relevant it is, okay? Then this license, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we normally use this MIT license. And yeah, this other ones has its own use cases. Probably big companies use them so that, yeah, like he says here, tells others what they can do and cannot do with your code, okay? Maybe when you clone somebody's code, you might kind of use it for anything other than what the owner intends for it to be used. So yeah, but for now, this is the business we have with the license, the MIT license. Okay. Yeah. So this is basically how to create a new repository. So when you click on create repository, yeah, it brings you to this. Okay. It brings you to this. So this is your repo dashboard. This is a repository dashboard. The test repository is also indicating that it's public. Okay, that is public. Now this is the initial commit. They created this, the license, the README. Okay, the README file. You can edit it here. You can edit it here. Okay. You can say this is the test. Now you can see I'm editing directly and in GitHub. Okay, you can write your codes here. You can write your HTML codes here. Okay, you can write it here, actually write it here. You can also maybe copy the codes and paste here and also save, right? But basically this is kind of the place or the editor, yeah, the editor in the GitHub where you can directly write your code for any file, okay? But now we are just this kind of the documentation that explains our repo. So you're not writing any code inside it. So I just added this, okay? And whenever you create a file or modify a file, you have to commit these changes, okay? Okay, Emmanuel, which of the display, is it the color?
No, sir, it's not the color. What I have is quite different from your own. In your, I'm the one I have my name / my folder name, then public, which is the same thing with your own. Okay. Then under it, I have all of these code issues, pull requests, action, project, wiki, security. Then my problem is my own side now is different from your own. What I'm seeing here is I only have main, my name, initial comments, license, initial comment, read me, then readme.md, then the name of my folder.
Okay. Let me go back.
Yeah, this is exactly how my own is.
Okay. Maybe you didn't follow up. I was trying to edit this readme file.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. This is basically the dashboard for your repository. Okay. So you can edit direct here. This is kind of a pencil sign showing that yeah, it should be an edit sign, right? You can write here, right? So if you click on this, it should take you to the editor dashboard where you can edit the content of that readme. You can add to it, you can edit it, okay? So you can write directly here, your HTML code, your CSS, your JavaScript, okay? But yeah, it might be tedious and maybe overwhelming to code here instead of using your typical code editor. Okay. 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 That's cool. So you can do that. Okay. Then here now, yeah, this is the dashboard for our repository, which is the test. Okay. This issue, somebody might raise issue in your repository, and maybe yeah, kind of this doesn't work. Maybe it's a project you hosted, okay, and the person is have used it, and they come to your repository where you saved the project or where you uploaded it to your GitHub, and they might open an issue. Okay, yeah, there's no issue for now. Okay, there's no issue for now. You can create a new issue. So these issues, yeah, it indicates maybe a bug in your project. Let's say your button is not taking us to where it's supposed to take us. You can come and open an issue and tell the developers or the owner of this that, okay, this is the issue I encountered or I found out in your repository or in your project. Okay. Then pull request is, yeah, we'll be doing pull request. It's basically asking for your, maybe the issues you opened. The person now maybe opened an issue in my project. I might say, okay, thanks for the issue, but can you fix it? You should go ahead and fix it. Okay. Then if you go ahead and fix it, then you do a pull request for me to merge that fix you did to my main, to this very repository. Okay. I'll go ahead and merge it. So it will be included, right, in the project. Okay. So yeah, these other ones, other things you can, yeah, go through. But for now, we don't have business with these ones. So you can go to also settings. Now this settings is for this repository. It's particularly for this repository, not for generally your GitHub profile. The settings here is for this repository. Okay, we still have settings here, so they are different. Okay, they are different. So here, right, we have the main. This is the main branch. Okay, this is the main branch. You can create another branch. Okay, you can create another branch also. Maybe you want another version for your project. Okay, you can create another branch so that it doesn't touch this main version. Okay, yeah, something like that. Then this go to file. Okay, so these are the files we have for now. Okay, for now these are the files we have. Then you can add files. Okay, you can add files. Right here, you can create new file. Okay, then what is the name of the new file you want to create? You can name it index.html. Index.html. When you hit enter, the file is created. Okay, the file is created. You can just do hello world for this. Okay, so when you add this file and this content inside the file, okay, use this commit to add it. Okay, so you're committing directly to the main branch. Okay, so now it's very important to add a commit message. Okay, indicating what you, either the file you created, okay, or the contents you modified in the file. Okay, this commitment is just like saving this file now, saving it. Okay, so this is the default message. You can go ahead with it, right? You can also do your own. Greater than index file. Okay. So you can add any other description, maybe talking about more on the file you created or why you modified it. Okay, this is just kind of the header. Okay, so when you go to commit new file, you can see it's saving. You have it here. Okay, you have your index.html now. So it's been added. You have 3 files now here. Okay, so this is one way to add a file. You can add directly from GitHub, add directly from GitHub, okay? Or you can upload the files. When you click on upload, now you drag and drop, okay? You can drag the files here. You can see they say drag files, okay? So let's see if you can, okay. Let's see if we can drag a file here. Okay. If you drag here, it's uploading. Yeah, you can see the progress here. Okay. Now these are the files. These are the files that I have dropped here. These are the files that I have dropped here. Okay.
Sorry, sir, if we want to add, what's it called? Add the folders, our folders from our laptops, what should we do again?
What I dragged now is a folder. I dragged the folder. That's what I did. Okay, let me delete them and do it again. Let me delete them. Okay, you can add files, you can add folders. Okay, so now here, this is how
So I'm
to add.
talking about how we reach this add, choose the files to add.
How we got to this window.
Yeah. Sorry for taking us back.
Okay, let me go back. Is in this this very button.
Okay.
Okay, remember we added this index. I even made a typo here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I made a typo here. So you can go to this add file. Ebube, are you following at all? Let me know if you're following, Ebube. So yeah, this index file, I created it by going to this create new. Okay, I created it direct in my GitHub repository here, directly in the repo here. Here I will type in the name. Okay, I might type in style.css. Okay, if I click on OK, then I will go to commit. It will create this file. Okay, it will create this file. Right, that's how we got to do our index, right? So that's one way to create a file. Like I said, that's why I created this index using that way or that method. Okay. Then
hello,
you
sir.
can, yeah.
Yes, sir. When you created this index.html file, I remember that you wrote hello world in it. Is it that it will that hello world you wrote in it? Is it that it will appear on a web browser just like normal? Does that hello world does it behave the way we type on VS Code?
Yes, this is the content of the okay, now yeah. Typically you have to write all the tags for it, right? I just did this for demonstration sake. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. So we can code directly from this place.
Of course you can.
Wow. Okay, sir.
Of course you can. Okay.
Is the, should I say,
Sorry, sir.
was the same as HTML or C++ or CSS, or which programming language are we using here?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I say, which programming language is being used here? Does GitHub have its own, should I say, keywords to use? Like in HTML, you have the padding, you have various keywords you can use to manipulate the program. So is
Okay.
GitHub, which programming language is GitHub operating on?
Okay. What you're asking, like the type of files you can create in GitHub, right?
Something like that. Just go on with the answer. I'll tell you if it's not the exact thing I'm looking for.
Okay. Now this index, I can write my HTML with the whole syntax. This is not the way to write it. I just did it for the demonstration sake. You have to add the normal syntax, the HTML tag, the doc type, and the every tag that you're supposed to use for creating that file. You can write your CSS, you can write your PHP language here. You can write your C#, you can write your JavaScript, whichever programming language, provided you use the syntax. Okay. So here now I want to like edit it. If I click on this, it will still take me back to the coding kind of coding mode. Okay. So if I'm using JavaScript, okay.
Now, I wanted to be sure with the question someone asked earlier that
Okay.
can you code and display in this case HTML codes? Can you code and display the codes in your browser simultaneously using this environment?
Okay. You can code here, then check your changes in your browser, but you have to reload. This one doesn't have a live reload. I don't think so. Okay. What it does is this. When you change or modify your code.
Sorry, there's a preview changes up. What does it do? It's not the same thing as live coding.
This is what it's showing. The change is like if I add let me say this is another content. Okay. So you can see the changes he's showing us now. Right? We are previewing the changes we are making. This is what is existing already, the hello world. This is an additional content we added, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So like I was saying now, if you hosted your web pages, right, inside the GitHub pages, which you are going to do, right? So when you make changes here and commit that changes, right, it's now saved in your repository, okay? So when you go back to the browser and reload, it will also appear. I don't know if I answered your question.
So okay, so it to do that you need to be online, right?
Yes, and you need to host it here. You need to host your website with GitHub and Pages. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then also,
What do
yeah.
you mean by hosts?
Okay, like taking your project live so that anybody anywhere can see it using the link, the URL, just like facebook.com, right? So anybody can see your project. Instead of coming to your laptop directly, you show them on your browser, on your local browser. So when you take it live, it's called hosting, right? When you take it live, you can now use your URL, which will be provided for you. Then send it to anybody. You want the person to check out your cool project, okay? Then you send them the link wherever the person is in the world, okay? Using that link, they can see how your project looks like.
Hello,
Right?
sir.
So would they be able to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Run the code per se and get the same results as you would if you were using Visual Studio or C++ or Python directly?
Okay, it's not really running direct. Just like remember I said this
Sorry,
repositories.
is it that they will download the code to their own laptops, then they will run it or something like that?
Okay,
Or
you
they
mean
can,
when okay,
yeah,
how
what
someone else will use
if
the
the
URL?
yeah.
No, they don't have to download any code. Just like facebook.com now. Once you use that URL, you access the website, not the code.
Yeah, that's the thing. Let's say you're doing drop shipping on Facebook now. When you, what's it called, follow the person's URL, you go to Facebook and you order whatever the person is selling. And Facebook will now tell this person that you have ordered his products, and the person will go on from there. So I'm like, if we're using that analogy now, when the person comes to GitHub and he wants to see how the code looks, let's say he wants to see how the website that we've built looks, the portfolio website, and he clicks on it, will our browsers open it immediately? Or if you put another program, let's say Python now, and the person tries to run the code, or the person has to copy and paste the code in Python, the Python language, or can he run it here on GitHub? Something that's more accurate what I want to say.
Okay, like the person now running the code, not really testing the projects.
Yeah, something. I think they're one of the same thing now, to be testing the projects, to be running the code. It's
Okay.
like, for example, you take that in pull request now, that person tells that your code does not work and he can fix it. So how would somebody go about doing that pulling requests?
Okay. Now, because this repository is public, okay, if I search tests, maybe in GitHub, if I come to my GitHub and search for tests, I might come across your own project. I don't know if you've come online, maybe on Twitter, people send links to repositories where you can practice or do stuffs. Okay, so if I use that link that is linking to this repository, this is the link now. If I go back to this test, Now this is the link to this repository. If you copy this and paste in your browser, it will bring you to this repository. I don't know if you're getting me.
Okay.
Yeah, it will bring you to this repository. Then you have access to the code, provided it's public. You have access to the code, right?
Okay.
To the code base. Now,
Yeah.
if eventually this the project you created and you've hosted it either in GitHub or any other place, you can put the link here, the link to the live URL, right? So if the person wants to see it on the browser, maybe how this looks on the browser, they can go ahead and click on the link. But if they want to go ahead and check your code, they can either click on the individual files here, or they can download the whole code base from here.
Okay.
So if you download it, you can have it in your own local computer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll still get to that. So I'm just taking it bit by bit.
Okay.
Hello,
So
sir.
if you don't answer my question now,
Is that?
okay. I say when we finish that part, if you don't address the question, still I'll remind you. I'll ask you about it.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Maybe, sorry,
Sir.
please 1 minute. Maybe the question you're supposed to ask is all these languages, all these programming languages, are they compatible with GitHub? I mean, Python, is it compatible? Can we write Python successfully on this code now? Can we write JavaScript on this? Can we write CSS? Are they all compatible on GitHub? I think that is I don't know. Is that what you're trying to say?
My main question is, he said we can paste the link to the URL, let's say, of the websites now. The link for the website or for the portfolio website that we get it now, is it, shall I say, the live server link that this thing is giving us, Visual Studio Code is giving us, or
No.
where is that link coming from? And is it only HTML that you can use a live link for the URL? A URL link for what about C++, Python, and other stuff? Can you also run it here on GitHub, or the person has to download it, put the code into what's it called, Python or wherever, and run it? That's just it.
Okay.
That's the main question.
Okay. Now the thing is this: when you create your portfolio site, it has HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? Then if you have a form that will be processed in your portfolio site too, probably you'll be needing PHP. Now you have JavaScript and PHP as a programming language, okay? Then when you host, not the live server we are using in our Visual Studio Code, that live server is just you that is seeing the outcome on the browser. It's still local in your laptop or your computer, right? So the live server is just a way Visual Studio Code is enabling you to preview the result of your code in your browser simultaneously, right? When I mean taking it live, now the live link I'm talking about is when you really host it, right? Like Facebook.com is a live URL. They paid for that domain. So we'll get into that much later, okay? But the live URL I'm talking about, when you actually host it online, which you are going to do now later, we're hosting one of our projects in the Github pages. GitHub allows you to host your projects here, so it will be live, okay? So when you click on that link, most times it's advised, it's normal when you have your projects uploaded here. If you have hosted the project, okay, this README is where you can put the live link, so that even if it's a recruiter that is going through your repository, the recruiter or the HR can just click on the link, the live link, and see the outcome of your project. Okay, see how it looks on the browser, maybe checks the everything, the color, the whatever. Then if he or she wants to check the code structure, right? They can go ahead and click on the files individually. Can click on the files individually to see your code structure, right? Then if it's somebody that wants to have your code in their own laptop, they can come here, then download it's in a zipped file, right? They will download it and have it in their local computer. Okay, so the live server, the live link we are talking about is not the one that happens in our VS Code, right?
Okay, sir, please, I have a question, please.
Okay.
Okay, let's assume now we are teams and we are working together in a particular project, and we have our work uploaded in GitHub. Then do we necessarily need to download the files in our local computer if we want to make changes individually? Or can we open the source code here and make changes and it will affect everything?
Okay. First of all, before you make changes to another person's code, maybe you guys, like you said, you're working in a team, there will be kind of a main branch, right? So first of all, you have to clone that repository, right, into your own account, so that you have a copy of it, right? So that you have a copy of it. Then, after you must have done whatever you want to do, then you do a pull request to the main branch where you cloned it from, right? Now, if the changes you're making is big, maybe you're creating a file, let's assume in a general, you're working in a team. This README has been created. So one person is asked to create the index.html, another person is asked to create the CSS, and another person JavaScript, okay? So when you clone here, what you'll be cloning is only the README file, right? Then, because you're creating a file, you have to really download the code to your local computer. So when you finish creating the file, you can then push to this, you can commit to your to the version you have, or to the copy you have. When you save it there, then you can do a pull request to this place where you guys are cloning from. Okay, don't worry, we'll be doing all those things. We'll be doing all those things now. So let's go back to, I don't know if I answered you somehow.
Sir, please, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The files now, when you've uploaded them to your GitHub and it's public, can anyone just come to your code and edit it? And also, when you have put the live link in the README, so if you are editing your code, maybe the index, will it be taking effect in the live link? So those are two questions, sir.
Okay. Now, it will be taking effect if you linked your GitHub to the place you hosted your website, right? Now, for instance, if you host it in Git Pages here, right? If you make any changes in our repo, because it's linked to that Git Pages, it will also reflect, right? So if you link your Git repository, this very repository now, to the place you hosted your website or your project, whenever you make changes here, it will also take effect, right?
Okay, sir.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. And the first question, like when it is public like this, can anyone just edit it
Okay.
without my
Now,
permission?
when it's public now, just like what we did here now, even you self in your own when it's public, nobody can edit it and merge their own code to your own without your permission. It's your own, of course. What they can do is this: once they like clone it and have a copy on their own, and they maybe, let's assume Facebook now, right? Maybe you saw a bug in their website and you opened an issue for it. Maybe the person maintaining the repository, because we have maintainers also. The person maintaining the repository now, if the person goes through the issue and see that, okay, this is really an issue, I'll be like, can you fix it? And if you say you can fix it, you say, okay, go ahead, right? So when you go ahead and fix it, you do a pull request. This pull request is asking permission for that your changes to be made inside the main repository, which is the Facebook we are using now, right? So the pull request you're doing is to ask for permission for your own changes or your modification or your idea to be merged to the main site. So nobody can change directly without asking your permission or without you approving it.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, I hope we'll be looking also on how to link a GitHub repository with your hosted link.
Okay. So
that was the question.
Sorry, come again. Sorry.
I mean, the part you explained that you can link your GitHub repository with your hosted portfolio, so that once you make any changes and you commit, they can take effect live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I'm saying, you have different hosting platforms, right? We have different hosting platforms where you can host your projects. Now, hosting is like taking it out from your local computer and putting a copy online so that people can access those web pages, right? How will they access those web pages? It's through the live link you provide, right? So that's how they will access those files. So hosting it is like moving it, a copy of it from your local computer to online so that people can have access to it. Because if it is in your computer, it's only you and whoever meets you physically or whoever has access to your computer or laptop is the person that can see the files or see what this website looks like in your browser, right? So when you take it online, you're now making it possible for anybody to access those files. Like accessing it now is seeing how it is on the browser. That's what I mean by accessing it, okay? So when you host it, you can link this repository where those files are saved in the in your GitHub, right? You can link it to that place you hosted your website or your project. So if you come here to make changes, it will affect the live URL, right? So when you click on the live URL, you still see the changes, okay? So we'll be hosting maybe one of our projects here now so that we'll see how it works too. This thing we are using is, of course, is a free hosting this thing provided by GitHub, right?
Are we going to do servers inside this program?
Yeah?
Are we going to do anything about servers? And whenever you go to a website, sometimes it's load and say the server is down. What are servers? Are we going to do anything related to that inside this program?
Okay, not in this program, but servers are, they are mainly, they are back-end stores, right? They are back-end stores. Now servers is, because this is a front-end development program, yeah, whatever we are doing here is what the user will see. Just like browsing the displaying our web project in the browser. Okay, servers now, it has to do with where you're hosting your website. Okay, where you're uploading it online, where your files are kept, right? So yeah, so many things could cause when they say server is down. That's why it's also advised to also make your research well before you know where to host your projects. Okay. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Okay. So yes, I was talking about yeah, we've created this index.html with this create new file. Okay. Then you can also upload files here by clicking on that upload files. You can upload file. You can upload files. You can upload a folder here, right? Maybe you have but you have index.html. What you needed there is just maybe style.css, right? So you can come and upload only file.css file, style.css file. You can only upload it here, right? And save the changes. So yeah, sometimes just like we are going to do, okay? So you can, if you want to upload a file, let's say style.css, you can drag and drop. So we have this file here now, right? I can come here and write the commit changes. Maybe let me say, added CSS file. So that's the message. So it describes what I did in this, or what I did in the file. So I just added the file, okay? So if you go ahead and do commit, the file has been added, okay? The file has been added, right? So you can also delete files, maybe if you no longer need them. Now you can see how it looks like. You can see how it looks like now, right? So this is how it looks like in our studio code. It's still maintaining the syntax, so it's not the same thing. If it is PHP, if it is JavaScript, the same syntax, okay? So you can go ahead and edit here. So when you do the edit, you can actually add or remove something, right? So you can edit that. Maybe you want to, what you wanted to edit is just a single line. You can do it directly here, right? And save the changes. Yeah, you might, after doing it, you come here and yeah, maybe you updated the styles, or you just write the message of what you updated, right? Then you commit the changes. That's saving the changes now to this file, okay? But what if you want to maybe modify is large? So it's best you do it in your code editor. If you can still do it here, fine. Okay, but I think it's more convenient to do it in your code editor. Yeah, I've actually edited things here online sometime. I just did it directly. So whichever one works for you, but it's always advisable to do it in your code editor, okay? So you can always delete this file. Always delete the file. You can always delete the file, okay? You can always delete a file whenever you want. Whenever you want, okay? So let me drag and drop our portfolio site. Okay. So yeah, you can go to your folder where you saved your portfolios projects. So you can drag and drop it. So I drag like this and drop. So yeah, it has added 9 files, which I have in my portfolio site, right? So yeah, you can just write a commit message. Write a commit message, then do commit. Okay, do commit. Then you can see this site here. You can see your folder here, right? So these are the whole things inside it. The whole things inside it. Okay. So you've made 6 commits now within this how many? So this should look like this if you drag and drop your portfolio sites here. We have folders for the CSS, right? We have
question.
Okay.
Question. Please, earlier before now, I've uploaded my CSS and my HTML, not dragging or not uploading the folder at once. So my question is, how can I put it in a folder? Can I create a folder in Git and put all this inside it so that to look later?
Okay, what we have here is files. Okay. So yeah, what we have here is files. You can actually create the folder in your this thing, in your local in your laptop now, and upload it that way, like doing the drag and drop. But if you do drag and drop, right? If you do drag and drop, if you do the uploading one after the other, this is how you did yours, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the reason why it's in a folder is because I dragged this folder. This is the folder I dragged. Okay, that's why it's in a folder like this. So I don't think you can create folders here because what you do here is to create file and upload files, right?
Okay.
I think the best thing is she should delete the files, then go back and drag the whole folder and drop again.
Okay.
Nice one, CJ. Thank you.
Okay. So let me do that one. Yeah. Let me do the clicking and yeah. So we add the file by choosing our files, documents. We have so we have these. Okay. Then what you can do, okay, now we can we can do this. Now I've clicked on the index. I now have an index, right? I can always then drag, right? So you can combine the two methods. You can combine the two methods. What else do we have? Okay. So you can combine these two methods. Then, yeah, we commit the changes. So you have the index. Now, that way I did it now is the best way, right? I will tell you why. Making this not to be in a folder, right? Because this index.html, let me change this name. Okay. Okay, let me confirm something. Okay. Yeah, this thing is correct now. So yeah, this index.html now, right? If you host your website, right? This is the file to open. If I click on facebook.com, their index file is that very first page that opens, right? So what am I saying? The index file serves as your home page. So whenever you kind of host your website, it searches for this index file. That's the one it displays first because it serves as your home page. That's the index file. So now if I put it in a folder, it's hidden. It should be in that parent folder, so it can easily be located. That's why I used the other method of this choose file to get it so that it's not going to be in a folder, right? And I dragged other folders into it, right? So it's important. So this is yeah, one way to this is a better way to do that. So your index file doesn't hide in a folder.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
So I cannot move the index.html file out from the folder and place it in this accessible format in GitHub. You have to do this before you upload it.
You
You have
see,
to upload it.
yeah, you have to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is the way I did my own now. There could be other ways though, but this is the way I did it. When I go to upload files, I go to choose a file, right? Then I choose only it. I chose only the index and did open. Then it brought it out for me, right? If I go here now and I do this, then I choose the file, right? It brings it out for me here. It brings it out for me here, right? Then I will drag and drop other ones that are in the folder. I will drag and drop other ones that are in folders, right? So that they will still be in the folder.
So what I'm asking is that if we, let's say in your folder, now let's say you just came and dropped your portfolio folder on
Yeah.
GitHub. No way for you to remove that HTML index.html file and place it like anywhere you want in GitHub. You have to first upload it, then you upload the remaining as you want. That's what I'm asking.
That's what I answered now. This is what I did before. I uploaded this portfolio folder, right?
Okay, so the method you just used now, that's the way
I opened the folder
Yeah.
and took
I
out this one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go back. If you go back, just go back to
Yeah.
go back. So as you see portfolio now, let's say you dropped the portfolio folder inside GitHub.
Yeah.
Is there a way that as you're in GitHub, you go inside the portfolio folder and take out the HTML files wherever you want in GitHub? Is that possible?
Okay, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to try it now. I've not tried it before, though.
Okay.
I've not tried it before. So the method I use now is the method that works for me. There could be other methods, like I said. There could be other methods, but this one is the one that worked for me. Okay. So yeah, now we have our portfolio site in our GitHub. Like it could be here as long as this GitHub exists, this repository exists. Even if your laptop crashes, you still have your code here, right? So people save their projects online here. Yeah, basically so that anyone can access their code base, maybe know how their code structures, because most hiring managers, they might just, they don't have time to, of course, they might want to see your code. So when you point them to your GitHub accounts or your GitHub profile, or the link to the GitHub repository, right? They can easily come here and check whatever they want to check, right? So now we've had this here. You've had this here now. So yeah, the repo now if you go into the CSS, you could see the styles, you could see the code, the way it is. You can see the way it is. So what we can do is now, we have this repository now, right? We have this repository. Now, how do you clone this to your own account? Remember, when I give you this link and you open it, you're going to land in my own account with this repository, right? What you can do now is to clone it. Let's say, cloning it is forking it. Yeah, we call it fork, right? This is the button here. This is the button here. So when you fork it, you're creating or generating another copy. That is the exact copy. Now you're not putting it in your in your own account. So when you fork it now, it's going to replicate or give you this copy, the exact copy now in your own account. So you can have it in your own account. You can then go back and download the zip file or use the URL to use the Git. The Git, that's the command line way to get these files, right? To get these files, So you go to this and either you download it in a zip file, the whole files will be zipped and downloaded. So when you unzip in your laptop, you will get these files, everything inside it. You can use this URL. This is for when you want to use the command line. We'll also talk about that, okay? Okay, Manuel. No
Use
problem.
Mr. Moshi's code now. You can see it. github.mosh38. Slash. Actually, I've already tried this. When I learned that you can't,
Can't see it.
what's going to maximize your screen? I've already
This is
tried.
the URL to this particular
Okay.
repository. But if you want to get to my account, you just have to leave out the text. And yeah, from here to this, you get my
I was sad when I learned you cannot mess with the code without forming another branch.
okay, that's how you learn your own.
No, I tried messing with your own code. Then
Okay.
I needed to form another branch.
Yeah. I have to permit you so that I can merge your whatever modification you do. So when you fork, you're kind of creating a copy of it. Okay.
Mr. Osh, I don't know, maybe this is your company account because it's saying for individuals you cannot use fork because you own the repository also.
Yes, you cannot fork your own this thing now. You have the copy already now.
Sorry, you say I have the copy already?
Like I cannot fork this repository now because I'm the one that owns it, right? It's already existing here. The only time you fork.
I can go to your own this and
yes, exactly. Because you don't have the copy. When you come to my own, then you can fork it and have the copy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Will it be a file if a system is faulty and you want to retrieve it back? Can you open in another system and fork it, like retrieving it back? Is that what this thing is for?
Sorry, I come again. I didn't hear you.
I said, if there's a faulty system or you need to retrieve your code back, can you use this fork to retrieve your own code back? Is it for retrievement or something?
No. Whatever the code you're retrieving it will be already existing in your own account now. This fork is like getting a copy of a code. Maybe you go to facebook.com now, you like their code, you go fork the code or fork the repo. When you fork the repo is like duplicating the repo. That's what the fork means. Having a copy of it in your own account, right? Because if you try opening this in your browser now, it will bring you to this, right? It will bring you to this repository. And now, whatever you're doing here now is in my own part, right? So for you to have, this copy of repository in your own, you have to fork it. So you have a copy of it in your own account.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not used for retrieving, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. So yeah, you
Sir,
yeah.
please, I'm in your environment. I cannot find the JX script. You've not uploaded it, please.
No, I didn't upload it, sir.
I don't know if you can help me upload it because I missed some classics so I can get access to it.
Okay, let me see if I can yeah. Okay, okay. So I can go ahead and save my changes, which is committing my changes. Yeah, you can have access to it now.
Okay, thank you, Sin. Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome. You're welcome. So yeah. So you can see our JavaScript is still looking much like it. Okay, when you go to edit, you have it like this. Okay, so it's looking much like it also.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you.
sir. So, sir, you were explaining after forking the files. So how are you going to you mentioned something about pull request the other time after cloning?
Yes.
Okay, please can you expatiate, sir?
Okay, after forking the repo and you make your changes. Now, once you make your changes and the commits now are saving those changes in your own part. I don't know if you get me. A commit is like, if I do a commit now, I'm saving it here now in my own part. Then the pull request is requesting for maybe if you cloned, if you forked my repo now and maybe modified it and do a pull request, you're asking me to merge those modifications you did in this very one now. This is the main one, remember, I have. So if you're doing a pull request, you're asking me to like merge your changes to this so that your changes will be added to my own. Just like if you're working in a team now, once you're done with your own task, maybe you're asked to create a CSS file, right? Once you're done with the CSS file, you do a pull request for your work to be merged to the main repository, or to the main branch, rather, to the main branch, right? Because the branch you are having now is let's assume in a project you have the main branch and the branch you're working on, right? So once you branch out in your own, maybe the branch might have your name. The branch might have your name on it, right? Then if you do a pull request, you're asking for this to be merged in the main branch where you forked it from or where you cloned it from. I don't know if I explained well.
Can you repeat that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, what I meant is this. If I go ahead and maybe see a repository I like, I fork it. Okay, forking now means I'm kind of duplicating it, or I'm making a photocopy of it, a colored photocopy for that matter, because it's going to give me everything in that repository, right? So I then have a copy of it in my own account, inside my account. That's what the fork does for you. It enables you to have the copy in your own account and not in the person's account. Okay, so now because I have it in my account, I can modify it, right? I can modify it the way I like. Then if I'm making commit changes, it will be coming to the copy I have in my account. That's what the commit, that's where the commit has effect. The commit is like saving your changes, or you're saving your files in your repository, right? So this copy I have now, remember, is similar to the copy of the person I forked from, right? The person I forked from is having similar copy, just that maybe the changes I've made now, the person does not have the changes. Maybe I added new stuffs to it. So if I want my own changes to be affected in the person's own, or I want the person to like add my changes to their own copy, which is the original copy now, right? I'll do a pull request. The pull request is asking the person to like add my changes. We call it merge, M-E-R-G-E. We call it merge. So we're asking the person to merge or add our changes to the original repository. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay. Okay. if it is possible, see if you can fork this repo. See if you can fork the repo. If it is possible for you, then you can just make a tiny change. Make a tiny change, right? And send me a pull request. Send me a pull request. So I
Hello, sir. Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
I can hear you.
Yes.
for you. I don't know how to search for you.
You don't know how to do what?
I want to search your Git account, your username. How do I
This is
do
the
that?
link. This is the link here.
Okay.
Maybe let me
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. So the forking now, after you have done the forking and is you have it on your own profile, on your own page. So you can either edit it directly on GitHub, or you download it and edit it on your local system like VS Code, right?
Exactly.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yes. Okay. Maybe someone should post their this thing, their GitHub and this thing. Maybe if you have a project, let me just.
I just posted mine on Slack.
Slack.
Yes.
Paste it here so that I can copy it and search for it.
Yes.
Okay. You can see the link I clicked now brought me direct to Emmanuel's account, right? Your profile. So if I should maybe I see a project I like, I click on it, right? You can see it's having Flourish Emmanuel, the name of the repository, right? This is what I have now. Then if I should fork it, you can see it's showing me where I'm forking it to. That's the account, which is my own account, and the name of the repository, right? If I create a fork, you can see what I have now. This very repository is in my account now. So I have a copy of it exactly. You can see what I have here now, right? It's indicating that the person that owns it originally, the original owner, right? So I have a copy of it and I have forked and made a colored photocopy of the repository, right? I can always come and maybe come here, yeah, kind of, let me say, edit it. So whatever I'm editing now is not Emmanuel's business. He has his own copy there, the original copy in his account. This one is just a copy I made. So I can just add, make a small change here. So this is what I'm telling you. Whatever commit I'm making now is in my own copy. Is in my own copy. So just add that hello, right? If I do the commit changes now, so it's just in my own copy that I have this, right? If I do a pull request, so if you click on pull request now, it will bring you to this window, right? So if you go to create a pull request, you can see what is now bringing me back to the original owner, right? Because I forked it from Emmanuel. So when I want to do pull request, I'm trying to ask him to merge my changes to the original copy, right? Yeah, we have this is the commit changes. Now you can see where it's showing me the changes that is, or the difference between my own copy and its own copy. So he can actually come here and check the difference, right? And check the difference.
So
Yeah.
I just tried to pull the request to your document. I'm not sure you can see.
Okay, I will check that once I finish up this. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, now is comparing the changes to my own copy and the manual's copy now, right? You can see where it's highlighting the change here. So if I go ahead and create a pull request, I'll have to write a pull request, should I say, yeah, a message for it. I can actually leave this one, then write more about it, why I'm creating the pull request or why he should merge or stuff like that. Once I'm done with that, and do a create pull request. Now I have a pull request open. Emmanuel can actually see this from his own side. So he can either close it. He can either close it from his end. Maybe the changes are made is not really relevant, or he doesn't want it, he can close it, right? He can close it. I can actually also close it from my end here. I can actually close it from my end here, right? So Emmanuel, check if you have a pull request.
Okay, sir, I'm checking it right away. I'm coming. No, my network is not loading again in my system.
Are you using Glow Network?
No, I'm using MTN.
Mom, she wants to drag us.
sorry. I thought he was alone. Sorry for that. Okay.
Yes, I can see it. I can see the pull request.
Beautiful. So yeah, that's how we do a pull request. Okay. So I can close it from here. Close the pull request. So you can see it's closed already. Okay. So that's how to do a pull request, and that's how a pull request works. Okay. As a pull request works, right? So okay, I cannot see any pull requests here. Okay. I'm seeing a pull request here. So I have one here. I have one here. Okay. So this is how it should look like. If it should look like this, when someone makes a pull request, it should look like this in your own. Then merging the pull request now is adding the modification or whatever the person did in this original repository, right? So now is showing me this branch has no conflict with the base branch, right? So if I merge the pull requests, I confirm merge. Yeah, it has been merged, right? It has been merged. So if I go back to the tests, and I can also see it. You can see 7 minutes ago, we have this. So now, because I've merged his pull request, he's now one of the contributors to this very repository, right? He's now one of the contributors because he has contributed to this repository, right? So we have so this is my tests I have, okay? So yeah, now we've seen how we can fork repositories and do our pull requests, right? So if you're working in a team, you have to fork the repository, right? When you fork it, you have a copy of the team projects in your own accounts, right? So you can actually have the copy in your account, right? Then when you make your changes, yeah, the changes, that's the commit. When you make them, you can then send the pull request, right? Send the pull request for your task or your job to be merged to the main branch, okay? So yeah, another thing we can do, the fun part, we should go home with this one today. I've always wanted to do this, but time wasn't permitting us, but let's quickly do that. So yeah, once you have this repository, you can host it with the GitHub pages, right? Remember this is your repository now. You have settings here. The one close to the insights, right? When you click on it, it should bring you to this place. It should bring you to this place, right? Then you go to pages. You go to pages. You go to pages.
Sorry, sir. Can you just start? I missed something.
Okay. Now we are in the repository now, our repository now. No, it's mine, it's not yours. I'm in my repository now, okay? So, yes, I want to host this repository, this particular one. So I can go ahead and go to the settings beside the insights. Remember I said these settings, we have two settings. This one here and the one in our repository, right? Yes, so we go to the settings here in our repository beside the insights. So in the settings, we have this. We have this other one. And please, don't go down to this place. So you don't delete mistakenly. Your mouse doesn't go to that place and click the delete repository on itself, on its own, sorry. So yeah, we use GitHub Pages, right? To host our repository. This is one of the ways. It's a free, it's free. Yes, when you click on pages, it's free, right? When you click on pages. So yeah, these are GitHub pages window, Okay, when you click on pages, it should bring you here, right? So now this is where you have to select the repository or the repo that is going to be hosted. Okay, it's on none now, right? So when you click on this, it selects the branch. So you have only one branch, or I have only one branch here now, which is the main. So if I click on main, it's going to give me this. It's going to give me this, right? So the root folder, here is the roots. Okay.
Click on save.
Is that?
Click on save.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So when we click on save, you can see the link to your live. Your site is ready to be published at this, right? So if you put this in your browser, it will go to okay. So let's right click and open. Says let me close this one. See if we can so GitHub is asking for authentication, right?
Mine open though.
Okay, it's open.
Yes.
Okay. So it opened the website in your browser, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's showing well.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have a live, this is the live link I was talking about. When you click on it, it will show the person your page is on the browser and not your code. Okay? And not your code. So you can paste this link in the what's it called again? The README file, right? You can paste the code in the README file there, right? So now, what this does is this now. When you go back to your test, when you go back to your repository and edit the index file or the CSS file, once you edit it and commit the commit or save the changes, right? You go back to this URL, then reload it. If you reload it, you can see this. You should see the changes. I don't know if that was clear. Please let me know. Are we able to get to this point successfully?
The link opens, but it shows me hello world instead of the portfolio website that I created.
Did you drag and drop your portfolio website? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, which one is?
Wait, I think I get it now. Let me try
Okay.
something.
Thank God you get it. It's fine. So yeah, is there any other challenges pertaining to this? Is it working fine at our own end?
Sir.
I want to ask,
Okay.
coming down, I can see customized domain. In that space, can we actually customize what we want to be our domain? Can we shorten the URL of this particular live URL?
How about now? They gave you something for free and you want to remove their own trademark. True.
But why are they having customized custom domain?
Because it's free now. Okay. Now the github.io is because it's free. So yeah, it comes with that extension. Then the custom domain is for maybe if you have a domain name, because there are two things involved in publishing your project, right?
Okay.
You can upload, first of all, you have to upload your files to a server, right? To a server. Then you have to, those servers now, the address to get to those servers are like numbers, right? The one of the HTTP maybe just like the live server own. You know, when you open a link in your when you open your project through your VS Code in your browser, it shows 127 point something, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. When you upload your files to a server, that's the address that comes with it. And now imagine the numbers you have to cram if you have to access different websites or different projects online. That's why the domain name comes in. So you have a custom domain name for your project, right? Just like facebook.com. You don't have to remember those long code again. So the name facebook.com is easy, right? So the domain name is linked to where your server, where you saved your files in the server, right? So this is the domain name they're asking about. If you have bought a domain name, right? If you can, people buy domain name and resell it. So if you buy one, you can come here and link it to this, your repository. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how to host your project using the GitHub pages. This has to host it using the GitHub pages. Okay. So yeah, you can always your projects, you can upload them here and host them live. So now you paste this link in your README file. Okay, so whoever accesses your repository can also have access to the live link to see the results of the codes in your repository, right? Or you can copy this link, also send to any of your friends, those in Canada, UK, those in Russia. No, Russia is fighting. You can, yeah, any cool country or anywhere, in fact, you can paste your code there for them. So they will access it from their own side, okay, and see how it looks like on the browser, right?
So another thing that this thing, you know, I did drag and drop.
Yeah.
Now my link cannot read my index.html.
Okay.
Do I need to upload the file, like only the index.html in this session that I have my folder, that I have my license.initial commit and readme.initial commit?
Hold on. Is your index file here or is it in a folder?
It's in a folder.
You see, that's the reason I explained it earlier on. You know, I did that before. I dragged my whole folder here and all of them is in a folder. And I told you, if your index file is in a folder, the browser cannot read the home page because it takes the index file as your landing page or your home page. So it has to be in the parent folder or in the repository itself. It shouldn't be hiding in a folder, okay? Because it will assess if the browser assesses this now, right? It is always looking out for the index file, which is the home page, right? That's why I added this file separately, then dragged and dropped these other ones.
Okay, sir, let me do my own that way.
Yeah, that's why I actually did it that way I did it. Okay, when you go to upload files, right? You choose a file, then go inside your folder. Inside the folder, choose this one alone, right?
Okay. Yes.
Then open, right?
Yes.
Then you can always drag other folders and drop, right? But make sure you singular this index.html. That's what I explained before. Your index is your home page, is your landing page. Your home page and landing page is the same thing. Either you call it the home page or landing page. So make sure it is visible here. It is not hiding in a folder. All right.
Okay,
just
sir.
like
Thank you, sir.
Just like we hosted it now, it's singled out. It displays the home page because our index is accessible. Okay.
I don't know, sir. Maybe index to be accessible, still showing me just hello world.
That means your index is containing only hello world, because that was what we created initially.
Yeah, initially. But
yes. But this is what I have in my index file. These are the contents. So if you have this, it should show very well.
That's what it has. That's what my index has.
Now check how many in that place, how many index.html do you have?
Only one. Did you take the other one, sir?
So you have only one index.html, yeah?
Yeah.
Then something is wrong. Something is wrong. Okay, maybe we'll try to fix that. Maybe screenshot your code in the Slack channel, then we'll try to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, having seen the steps you've taken, I don't know, is there any explanation or whatsoever? So this is one way to host our website or our project that we have in our GitHub. Okay, this is one way, and this is one way to use the GitHub directly from here. Okay, so we're using the GitHub like this, right? Then we also have Git, which we'll be doing tomorrow, and then yeah, we also know some other free hosting platforms we can use to host our projects, and also how to link it to our GitHub repository. So yeah, that should be it for today. That's basically some of the things we can do in a GitHub. Yeah, that's some of the things you could do.
Please,
so
sir, please, I want to say something.
Okay.
Please, people should follow me. Let me follow you back on GitHub. I need
Wonderful.
sponsors.
Well, Stephen, yeah, you can follow each other. That's cool. Yeah, maybe we can drop our portfolio, our profile link in the Slack channel. Yeah, we can drop it in our Slack channel, our portfolio link or profile link rather. You can drop it there, so we go to it and do the needful. Now, for this repository, you can see where it listed out the things used and the percentage of the technologies used here, right? So that's how it you can easily know the languages used in a repository like this, right? Yeah, so guys, yeah, I believe you had fun today. At least,
Jumi, this is not like JavaScript. I think this is more.
So now you can actually build your project and yeah, host it and send the link to your loved ones for them to see the cool stuff you've been doing, right? So you can actually, yeah, also save your project here. You upload it here and save. Okay, maybe when you come back, maybe in 1 month time, you can also modify it and we still return it here. Okay, so let's do where to utilize this this platform. Yeah, because most times people might want to see your code. I want to see what you have been working on, right? You might send them your, you can send them your profile link to your GitHub. So they go and see the marvelous work you've been doing. Some people commit, like maybe if you're working in a project, maybe you created a header today and you push it to GitHub, yeah. That's for that day. The next day, maybe you created a footer, you push it here. Maybe the next day you created a home page, you push it here. Then maybe the next day you created about page or about section. Once you commit every day regularly, believe me, that's a lot. So always try to utilize this platform, okay? It's important. So yeah, we can take every other question, like Jen said. We take it to Slack channel. So yeah, for the assignment, before this is 6:45, before 11:59 today, okay? So we should upload all our projects to our GitHub. Did you all hear me?
So I don't know, now the HTML file is working, but all our CSS documents is not being recorded. CSS.
Okay, if you linked it to your HTML well and have these folders there, it should work, provided you acknowledge the folder in your index file.
Provided what?
Just like here, this is how I linked my CSS. I acknowledged the folder first, right? Which means this CSS is in another folder, which is this folder here, right? If the file is not in a folder and just like here, you don't need to add the / stuff. You don't need to add, you just have to acknowledge the file only, style.tsf. But if it's in a folder, you acknowledge the folder first.
Okay.
Same thing with the same thing with the script tag. If you're adding a script tag, the same thing with it. The script tag should be, yeah, before the closing body tag. If it's in a folder, the same thing. You acknowledge the folder first, then the file. So if it is linked well, it should be able to display.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for the assignment again, we should upload before 11:59 all our working projects to our GitHub account. We've seen how to do that. So yeah, at least we should do that before 11:59 today. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. I really appreciate for.
Sorry, I have a question about the assignment. When you say working project, you just the portfolio, right?
We did our form now.
Oh, form. Oh, okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Hope you've not deleted it. We did form.
Yeah, I've not deleted it.
Okay, so just upload it. That's for the assignment. Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate. Thank you. I really appreciate for the patience while I dragged it to this time. It's way beyond our closing time, but I really appreciate for following me up to this moment. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the commitment, the efforts, and the time. Okay. Like I used to say before, it only gets better and more fun, right? So thanks once again. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Mosh, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and your efforts with the resources you're actually giving to us. Thank you so much. But just a quick one, guys. Will be giving you guys, I don't know, Mosh, I don't know if you've told them, I'll be giving them the project to work on by tomorrow.
I will check on that. I've gotten the link, so I'll go through them.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just telling them now. So guys, we'll be assigning projects to you from tomorrow. So make sure you're updated with the courses, the assignments you've been given. I heard Mosh saying that we are going to submit the assignment today before 11:59, right? They're submitting it today, right?
Yes, 11:59, yeah. That's
okay. Okay, so guys, let's try and submit the assignment and make sure we come for class tomorrow. We'll be giving out the project to work on, and as basically you guys will be collaborating. So we are going to share it on the call, and then you start working with your team. So that's all from my own end. So thank you guys. Thank you, Chima, for your time. Yeah, that's all for now. So I can say good night and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, good night. Thank you. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.